Today there's an overall message of really going deep within, whether you pray, meditate, whatever it is you do, even mindful meditations, long drives, if you paint, if you crochet, if you, I don't know, work on cars, anything that causes you to zone out. In that space, I think you'll find yourself somewhat drifting off, and I think you should let it go there. I think you should follow that thought process, because there is an overall energy of really going to the depths of yourself, and deciding what it is you want to work on for you, what it is you want to commit to. Coming to the end of a decade, we are releasing a lot of things. 2019 has been a year of endings. I've said this since 2017. It's been rough, and the tighter you try to hold on, the rougher it will get for you, especially as we approach Capricorn into the end of December. So overall today, I think would be a good time, and even, throughout the week, to really take a very good look around you with very, very clear glasses. No sunglasses, no rose-colored glasses, maybe no glasses at all. Maybe let's not try to see with our eyes, but our mind's eye. Because I think what a lot of people will find is there are some very selfish reasons that certain people may be surrounding you, okay? There's a lot of greed at this time of the year. A lot of people celebrate very shallow things in very shallow ways, okay? People will really do some shady shit that you don't expect if you're caught unaware. Okay, and this time of the year brings out vultures. As I say that, there's been vultures outside of my window all morning. You think you know someone, but do you really? Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm just posing the question. These are questions I think you should just maybe ask yourself this week, as we look at the King of Spades up here with the Two of Spades and the Ace of Hearts sandwiching it in. There are some things that we need to look at that we've maybe not wanted to look at before. Here's the thing. I think, the heart and the mind argue a lot, and I think it's if you're in a healthy place, I think it can be very healthy and have a healthy argument with one another, right? The mind and the heart, and even the mind and the consciousness, right? Especially when you start going higher and deeper into other realms, because you have to look at it like this. If there's lies here, there's lies everywhere. So this is why you need to really examine things from every angle before you just kind of decide what you believe, even if you've seen it for yourself. I see a lot of things, that I know for a fact are not real. This is what illusionists do, right? This is what a con is. This is what a scam is. You think it's real, you buy into it, and then you get got, right? So I feel like this conversation and this even pull between the mind and the heart can be a very healthy thing right now, and I think you need to go there. I feel like we all need to go there and really logically look at what exactly is going on, and are we having people in our lives just because we feel some sort of a obligation? A lot of this happens with like family ties, if you're actually blood related to someone. Do we feel that obligation, or do we feel that true love? Are we helping, or are we enabling? Okay, why are they around us? What is their motive? Do they even have one? Okay, and is it real? With this, now we go down to the Nine of Diamonds, Four of Spades, Seven of Spades, and Four of Diamonds. And this is really coming to me like two separate people, with the Nine of Diamonds and the Four of Spades as one energy, and the Seven of Spades and the Four of Diamonds as the other energy. And what I'm looking at here and what I'm feeling is you got one person who, again, like I said, will find yourself wandering off into a space of, what exactly do I want to do from here? How do I want to gain my independence, right? I don't want to get any type of help anymore. Maybe you don't want to deal with your baby daddy and fighting on child support anymore. Maybe you don't want to rely on government assistance anymore. Maybe you don't want to maybe you don't want to get, if you're 1099, maybe you get draws and advances on your check. Maybe you don't want to do that anymore. Maybe you don't want to have credit cards anymore. That's just another form of a loan, right? We all do this. This is America. Come on. You can't do anything without being in debt, right? So they say. But is this where I want to be, right? And maybe, some is okay, and maybe you're in more than you'd like to be. But what I'm seeing here is people that are really diving deep in self and deciding, what do I want for the rest of my life? And how do I want to gain my independence? How do I want to start working on that cushion? Okay, if I want to have, $100,000 left in the bank that maybe I just want to go spend $100,000 on a trip or two, I need to know that I'll have that. If anything happens to me, or my kid's okay. All of these questions that we ask ourselves, and I feel like this is where we need to let our mind wander. And the ones that we're keeping around us, are they hindering us from getting to that place? Okay, and there are those of you that I talk to day in and day out that are staying in situations that you're on the other side of this coin. You're the 7 of spades with the 4 of diamonds. You are with someone, or intentionally around someone, that knows where they want to be in the long run, that is working towards their future where they don't have to work so hard, okay, where they are gaining independence from everyone and they can full and well take care of themselves, and you are staying with them or around them simply because you know you can't. Okay, let's get really real, all right? Let's be honest. I think we'll all play one role or the other at any given time in life. So no shame, no shade, no tea. It is what it is. But I think this energy is calling us to all really, really look at exactly what it is we want, where we want to go, and how we really, really want to gain our independence. If I had one word to title this message for you today, it would be independence. Okay, financial, spiritual, health, all of it. Like, how do I want, if you're taking, that's another thing that's been coming up a lot. If you're taking, 10 medications a day, and let's say 3 of them are mood stabilizers and antidepressants, 2 of them may be something for blood pressure, it's all of these things. If there is a way to stop, if there is a way to get out from under that doctor's thumb, big pharma's thumb, would you do it? This is also the 9 of diamonds with the 4 of spades. Gaining your independence from everyone, relying on you. Now, that's not to say we don't all need people. Don't get it twisted. We all need and should want to work with people. But if it all fails, would you be sitting where you want to be sitting? Would you be comfortable? Okay, and if not, what do we need to do to get there? All right, because the 7 of spades and the 4 of diamonds is a very greedy energy. It's very strategic. Okay, it's not very honest. All right, and it is also a cycle. So I think it's time that we end those cycles and we decide what exactly we're committed to. All right, where we want to commit in the future. Okay, where we want to make investments, and how much are we going to be rewarded out of that investment, if any. It's time to really start looking at things, not just from I love to do this, but is this going to return to me what I want out of it? Be it a passion, a life path, a soul purpose, a romantic partner, actual career and finances, houses, if you're buying properties, whatever it is you're doing. This is really a time to start getting aligned on the inside and on the outside, because if you don't, I'm telling you now, 2020 and 2021 can break you if 2019 already didn't. Okay, so you have a lot of people that had a lot of good things really going for them in 2017, 2018. But in this time, what you should have been doing is planning your next move and working on that next phase. Because when 2019 comes, it's time to start to fade out old, fade in new, right? Everything needs to change with the times. We should always be growing. right? That's the one problem I say. If you're not growing, then there's something wrong. And there's, that's just the way, that's my personal belief, gnosis, opinion, whatever. Take it, leave it. Always a matter of interpretation. But the ones that have been hanging on by a thread in 2019 and are still gripping to hang on, coming to the end of 2019, you're going to have a very, very rude awakening and a very rough go come 2020, 2021. Okay, because 2020 is all about new starts, okay, implementing the new. And here at this time of the year, it is always somewhat darker, and because of the way people you choose to celebrate and buy into corporations selling them a holiday and things like this, can be very, very stressful. Okay, can be very, very stressful. You're searching for money that you don't have or that you didn't have. You're going beyond your means, some of you. And then you have people that are like, well, if I want it, I'll just take it, right? So I think it's time you take a long, hard, good look, because I am also feeling like people are going to come in and they're going to say all the good, nice things because they know that you're in a, what did they say? The spirit of giving. You're in a giving, generous mood. Okay. They're only coming around for one thing. And I'm not saying don't help anybody, but I am saying, look at the motive. Okay. You cannot spend all your time helping other people. And then when you look around, not only do you have nothing left, but none of those people will be around to help you. And this isn't always the case, but it is the case most of the time, which is why we need to go through who and what we are doing with a very fine-tooth comb and eliminate these things, okay? Because what I'm also seeing, I actually just looked at the 9 of diamonds and the 4 of spades and saw it in reverse. The 7 of spades and the 4 of diamonds actually flipped to the front of the row. Okay, so I'm seeing this real flip-flop energy. It's like, well, this was done to me, so now I'm going to do it to you. And this is how the cycle continues, and it never, never ends. Right now can be such a beautiful transition. To me, y'all know how I am about skulls and about death. The human psyche intrigues me. Death, life, the whole concept intrigues me. And I absolutely, as having tons of placements in Scorpio, am all about that transformation. My entire life is the transformation stage. I eat it up. I love it. It's natural for me. It's harder for some people. And I get that. I understand that. But here's what I advise. One day at a time. 1 minute at a time, if you can't even fathom the whole day right now. But there does need to be some changes made, okay? And I guarantee you, if you are staying pure at heart, if you are not out to harm anyone, these changes that you make will be rewarded, okay? And don't worry about handing down karma to somebody that fucked you over, because that's also a thing that can happen right now, especially if you've got a lot of darker planetary placements, right? So, and I'm speaking from experience, because this is something I've struggled with in the past, and even now and again I get a thought like, I could really fuck your whole life up, man. But so it's very, very important that you stay true to yourself, okay? That you stay true to your heart, okay? Pure as you can, pure as we can. Well, we're here, we're human, we, whatever. So that you're rewarded and so that other things fall away. Don't try to bring karma on anyone. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And it may happen through you, but it shouldn't be an intentional mission. Let's say it like that, because let their karma be their karma. If you have it to give, give it, if that's where your heart is. But don't feel obligated at this point. And I urge you to really question and be aware of why certain people are suddenly coming to you, calling you again, messaging you again. Why certain people are all of a sudden very attracted to you. Are they really? Are they really? You've got the holidays, you've got people knowing that you have a generous spirit, and you've got tax return. Let's not forget, you've got tax return coming up, and people know that you're going to be having more money, in a one lump sum at a time to maybe spare or spend or blow on them. Okay. You've also got people using and abusing. Please let me claim, don't claim. There's a lot. Money. I don't like the term necessarily money is the root of all evil, because it's definitely not. I would definitely say that power is probably more the root of all evil, but anything can be abused, and money does have a tendency to bring things out in people that you didn't expect. Okay, so like I said, you think you know a person, but do you really? So again, I just urge you to, while you're working today and this week, even on into the new moon and the full moon here coming up, I would say let your mind go where it wants to go. Don't hold back and don't resist. Let it go and explore those thoughts and those pieces. I'm actually seeing a lot of people actually kind of going down memory lane a little bit, and sort of connecting the dots and seeing these patterns that people are bringing forward. So again, wonderful energy for transformation, wonderful energy to break away from things that you just don't have any business being in right now. Look at it with a clean set of eyes, a fresh set of ears, okay? I love you all so much.